We would like to bring your attention to the films Ransom, Starship Troopers, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, Ransom and Starship Troopers were 15 at the cinema, uncut, but were then past 18 uncut on video,
Yep.
whereas I Know What You Did Last Summer was 18 uncut at the cinema and 15 uncut on video. Why is this?
Well, there's a very good reason for this, because people that go to the cinema, they're liable to be older. You know, if a film is rated 18 at the pictures, people under 18, no chance of them seeing it at all. It just doesn't happen. Okay, it's very rare that can happen. But when you're on video, anybody can watch it. So what we thought we should do with Starship Troopers, because it's fine as a 15, there's nothing objectionable in it at all. So what we did was we give it an 18 on video just so that nobody would watch it, and you know, the same with Ransom. Because people, you know, if it's a 15 at the cinema, 15-year-olds are going to go and see it. And if it's 18 on video, then 15-year-olds are still going to go and see it. So it just because it's an 18. But because it's an 18, people under 15 will not be able to see it. Definitely. And with I Know What You Did Last Summer, it was the other way around, basically. Well, basically we just felt that, you know, 15 on video, because when we watched it on video it was in pan, scan, stereo and everything, it just wasn't frightening at all.
No, this is quite horrifying seeing this, to be honest.
Definitely, I mean, the way she's holding the phone as well, there's a lot of tension built up.
Yeah.
Bang.
And she's shouting as well, so that obviously makes it worse.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah. Well, it might be 18 with cuts, to be honest. Oh, that was a bit nasty. Oh.
That'll have to go.
Oof. Get rid of that.
You so totally rock, Squirt! To give you some fin. Noggin.
Headbutt.
Oh, intro.
I don't know whether he's actually trying to hurt the child, but...
Well, that's child abuse. Gotta be an 18.
So you've got this sort of policy on headbutts. Could you explain that, please?
Well, that's a bit of a touchy subject for us, to be honest. We don't have a rule. We just cut them when we feel like it, to be honest. But you know, we have different policies. If you watch The Born Identity, that's 12. We left headbutts in that, but we cut them out of GoldenEye, which is also a 12.
Oh shit! Fucking hell! I never saw that coming. Did you see that?
No, well,
It shattered.
It's quite violent.
I'm gonna make
I mean, the fact that it was quiet as well.
Yeah, glass breaking.
Definitely. I mean, it implies it's
That
going
was
to be a fight as well.
that was one of the most fighting bits I've ever seen in a film for a long time, actually, to be honest.
Let's got that right.
No, it's GLASS, not glaze. It's glass with G. That's
The fighting on the screen.
fight's going on a bit long, isn't it? I haven't really been watching it, so I didn't really
I'm
see.
sure there's nothing. I mean, violent in it.
Yeah, so I think if we do ask them to tone down the grating glass, I think we should be alright.
Yeah.
Oh, what's Oh, Jesus Christ! And gunfire?
Headbutt?
That's possibly the
Definitely
worst.
have to go to Censors, sorry.
Oh, she's writhing.
The helicopter's pulling them down as well. Look at the focus on
Oh,
it.
look at. Oh,
I just hope it doesn't explode.
oh, man! Goodness gracious me! That'll have to go. That'll all have to go.
There's no more focus. Oh,
Oh, did you see that headbutt?
the headbutt.
That was
well,
a terrible headbutt.
well,
It was a
the
woman
build-up-
doing a
the
headbutt,
thing is-
headbutting a woman.
Definitely. The thing is, it was built up far too much.
Yeah.
You were strangling.
Yeah,
And
fine.
then it built up, and then she ran over, and I had the focus. She said a line.
What is your policy on knives?
Knives? Well, we kind of have a policy on that. We've got somewhere. I'll have to ask Joe where he's put it, because our file cabinet's in a mess. But knives, yeah. We don't like to see knives being opened, because then you know it's a knife. If it's already opened, fair enough. It's an open knife. It might be a normal knife. But if you see it opening, that's gotta go. We don't like to see. There's a horrible shot in the first Tomb Raider film where there's a flick knife lying on the ground, and there's got a bit of blood on the blade, just a little bit. It's not so much to call it bloody, but there's a bit of blood on the blade, and it's lying on the stones, and that was just way out of line. That was so offensive. We had to cut that straight away. But we don't like to see anything like that. The worst offender, actually, even worse than lying in gravel, is when they make a noise. When you open them, click, ringing, any kind of metal sound, no way. So basically, knives are fine as long as you don't show them. You can't eat them, and they can't be shown lying on the ground or being twirled. you know, that kind of stuff. Complete no-no. They're probably just we're very good friends. No emotion whatsoever. Oh, this is terrible.
no.
Don't do this.
Oh no, the
Oh,
bad
the
guys, for Christ's sake.
Oh no. Oh, look at this. They can't get...
What about the family?
Answer the question!
This evening.
Did you come?
Why are you doing this?
Because I want to know.
Yes, I came.
How many times?
Twice.
How?
First he went down on me, and then we fucked.
Who was where?
I was on top, and then he fucked me from behind.
And that's when you came the second time.
Why is the sex so important?
Because I'm a fucking caveman! Did you touch yourself while he fucked you?
Yes.
You wank for him.
Sometimes.
And he does.
We do everything that people who have sex do.
You enjoy sucking him off?
Yes.
You like his cock?
I love
You
it.
like him coming in your face?
Yes.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like you, but sweeter.
That's the spirit. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. Now fuck off and die. You fucked up slag. Say you believe all of your life.
On watching the 15 version of Die Hard 2, we noticed that you'd cut a lot of uses of the word fuck out, and also uses of the word motherfucker. However, we recently viewed the film Closer, which contained 4 uses of the word cunt. We are just wondering how you differentiate between cutting the word fuck out of a 15 rated feature, but leaving 4 uses of the word cunt in a 15 rated film.
Well, it all depends on context, you see. Now, the word fuck can be more offensive than the word cunt. That is true. In Die Hard 2, we changed fuck to save and hup hup, just to lessen the impact of the swearing. We also changed jerk off that cocksucker to service that hijacker because, well, the word hijacking, it was about aeroplanes, and we felt that, you know, it was sort of a hijacking in the film, and by changing it to this, it doesn't lose the context, and it makes the man, as opposed to being angry, it makes it sound like he's joking.
So, what one thing would you say to the public in general? What would be the one bit of advice you would give to the public at the end of this documentary?
One bit of advice. Only buy cut films. Don't headbutt each other. If you see any headbutts in films, be sorry, it was a mistake. Leave knives to the adults. If you want to shoot people, go ahead, you know, there's no point. I know we don't have many guns over here, we've got far less guns than we have knives. So, you know, shooting I can deal with. Opening knives and making noises with them and twirling them around, we can't have none of that. So don't headbutt, keep away from knives, and be sure to go on our website to find out what's cut from films, but don't import them because we just rather you not. It's not illegal or anything, we just don't want you to import them because, you know, we only want you to see what we've said you can watch because, as you know, we the boys and we know our shit. So, in a word, don't fuck with the censors. On watching the 15 version of Die Hard 2, we noticed that you'd cut a lot of uses of the word fuck out, and also uses of the word motherfucker. However, we recently viewed the film Closer, which contained 4 uses of the word cunt. We are just wondering how you differentiate between cutting the word fuck out of a 15 rated feature but leaving 4 uses of the word cunt in a 15 rated film.
Well, it depends on the context. Context is the most important thing when you're in a film. I mean, you could have Finding Nemo could have the word cunt. Oh shit. Well, it all depends on context, really. I mean, a film like Finding Nemo could have the word cunt in it if the context was appropriate. And it could still be, well, 15, obviously. Actually, I don't know where I'm going with this. Right, so we actually took out some of the swearing in that and doubled up with the word sieve.
Oh, right.
Well, it all depends on the context. I mean, sometimes the word fuck can be thought of as worse than the word cunt. When we were doing... Well, it all depends on context, you see. The word fuck can be worse than the word cunt sometimes. I mean, in Die Hard 2, we actually got really offended by the F words in that, and we replaced them with save. Right. Well, it all depends on context, really, because sometimes the word fuck can be worse than the word cunt. I mean, when we were watching when we did Die Hard 2, which you mentioned, we changed the word fuck to save, didn't we? Yeah, save. And we also replaced it with hup, hup.
Hop, hop. It's true though. Oh man, fucking hell.
We'll get that eventually.
I know. And hop, hop. Okay.
It all depends on context.
That's not even funny. Oh man.
Man! This is all these outtakes just going to be made. Well, it all depends on context. Well, it all depends on context. Sometimes the word fuck is more offensive than the word cunt. That is true. And I know when we watched Die Hard 2, as you mentioned, we changed the word fuck to sieve.
Oh god.
I said it there. It sounded stupid. Well,
one word of well.
well, it all depends on context. You see, the word fuck can be more offensive than the word cunt, and we have talked about this quite a few times. In Die Hard with the Red... No.
Oh, that's the wrong film.
Oh man, damn it. I can't believe that. I was going well.
Oh no.
Well, it all depends on context, you see. The word fuck can be more offensive than the word cunt sometimes. I know when we did Die Hard 2, we actually changed the word fuck to save and hup hup.
And hub hub. It's stupid.
It's not even a word.
What were they thinking?
Turn it off.